Hey there, Lammies! Today, we are going to make a super secret Mother's Day project for your moms. So Lambs, if your mom's in the room, you tell her, go get yourself a nice snack, go get yourself a nice beverage, like an iced tea or a bubbly water, whatever mom likes, and get yourself a nice book and get on out of here. And grab your dad, because it's dad's time to shine today. Or grandma's time to shine, or big brother's time to shine, or big sister's time to shine, or your aunt's time to shine, whoever you can get to help you, Lammies. This project is a great opportunity to work together. You will have a lot of chances to work on that fine motor development, getting those fingers a little bit stronger, getting yourself some practice on cutting on curved lines, as well as painting and observation of some cool stuff that's gonna happen during this project. Hopefully mom's gone by now. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna make. Today we are going to make this lovely sunflower with an I love you message for mom. All right, let's get started. What you will need for this project. You will need watercolor paints. If you don't have watercolor paints, you can use markers or crayons as well. Next, you will need a pair of scissors to cut with, a glue stick or any kind of glue that you may have at home, 2 crayons, brown and yellow, a pencil and a Sharpie, and 3 pieces of paper. You can use any kind of paper you have, copy paper, construction paper. All right, what we're gonna do first is we are going to paint the background. You can pick any color your mom likes other than yellow. I chose to do blue and kind of a teal color because I thought those were really pretty. But if your mom really likes red, you can do red as a background, or you can do green or orange, whatever mom likes. Dads, grandmas, older siblings helping your Lammy. This is a good opportunity to talk to your child about painting back and forth steadily, and it'll also help them a little bit with spatial awareness. You want to really talk to them about covering the entirety of the white on the paper. And we're gonna go set that aside to dry and do the next part. The next thing that we're gonna do, you are going to allow your Lammy to scribble all over this paper. Again, you wanna talk to them about that spatial awareness. They need to scribble all over it to cover most of it. Just as I'm doing, you don't have to actually cover the whole paper, but you do wanna scribble all over it. This is going to leave a very cool effect on our flower's petals. I scribbled one way and then scribbled the opposite way afterwards. You can kind of see here. And then we are going to paint over that with some yellow paint. I chose kind of like a yellow-brown sort of a mix because I thought it'd be pretty. Just use whatever yellow you have available. And again, we're going to paint forward and backward. This motion is going to be very good for that fine motor development and also that spatial awareness. They want to cover the entire paper as best they can. And you'll notice that the paint does not completely cover the crayon, so it makes a really cool pattern. All right, this next part that we are going to do, we are going to make a circle for the center of our flower. You don't want it to be too big because then it's hard to fit all of the petals. I made one that was about as big as my hand. So if that helps, you know how big to make it. I have relatively small hands. You could even use your Lammy's hand if you would like. And then you're gonna have your Lammy trace over that. And then they're going to fill it in with little circles. This is going to leave a really cool effect when we paint over it as well. And we're just gonna fill that entire circle in with circles, another good opportunity for that spatial awareness. Okay, so now you're gonna have your Lammy cut out the flower. We wanna make sure they are holding their scissors the right way. So you wanna make sure their thumb is in the smaller opening of the scissors and the rest of their fingers are in the bigger one, and that their thumb rests on top. And you're just gonna have them cut out that circle. You can help them if they need it, but this is a good opportunity to encourage them to cut on that curved line by themselves. And we're gonna save the scrap paper because we're gonna set it underneath this to paint it so we don't make a giant mess on the table. Just like that. All right, and then you're gonna paint the center of the flower brown, and it's going to make a really cool pattern because it won't cover the crayon, so it'll look really cool when you're all done. All right, we're just going to set that aside to dry. While you're waiting for your stuff to dry, this is a great opportunity to do some fun things to help your mom around the house. You can walk the dogs, do the dishes, clean the kitchen, go tell mom you love her. I love you, Mom. Okay, so now we are gonna start making our flower petals. You're just gonna draw for your Lammy a shape kind of like this one. It just kind of like a triangle, but you just want it a little more curved, and then you can help your Lammy cut each of those out. This part is a pretty big project, so you may need to help them a bit, and you can finish them at the tail end if your Lammy gets tired. And we're just going to cut a bunch of those out and put them to the side in a pile. If you are doing the cutting for your Lammy, you can even have them count the amount of petals that they have, or you could have them draw additional patterns on the petals as well, whatever you want to do to keep them busy while you help them finish, or if they're doing it themselves, that's great too. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna glue the circle onto the blue paper. You're just going to have your Lammy glue all over the circle. Make sure they don't use too much and make sure they don't use too little glue. There's a nice balance of glue there, especially with glue sticks, I've noticed. And you're just gonna glue that to the center of your blue paper. Make sure it's on there really nice. And then you're gonna glue each petal on around. And you can talk to your Lammy about how they go all of the way around and how much glue to use. And at the end, you can even count and see how many petals it took to cover the whole flower. So we're just going to cover that whole flower in lovely petals. And I actually didn't make enough, so I had to go back and cut out a few more. So I would save your scrap paper as well if you need to. The cool thing about this sunflower is that it has kind of an abstract, kind of 3D effect. It looks really cool, I think. And I think your Lammy will have a fun time making it. And then we're just going to put a few finishing petals on there. Again, I had to make more because I didn't cut out quite enough. All right, and the next thing you're gonna have them do is write an I love you message to the side of the flower. If you want, you can have them practice on a piece of scrap paper. You wanna make sure that when they're writing the letters, make sure they're doing it the correct way. They should start from top to bottom, making big lines and little lines to make each letter. You can write it out and some of your kids will be able to copy it very well, or you can help their hands do it as well if they're struggling a little bit. But you definitely want this to be the child's writing on the project. And I used a Sharpie, but you can also use a black crayon or other marker over the paint should be fine. And then I just put I love you. You can write I love you, Mom, or even a special message to Mom, whatever your Lammy wants to say. I just wrote I love you with a heart on the side. And it turned out really cute. Thank you, Lammies and Daddies and Grandmas and Grandpas and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles, whoever was able to help do this project. Daddies for working with me to make this lovely Mother's Day project for your moms. Lammies, your moms are amazing. They work hard doing what they do to take care of you every day. They make sure you have clothes to wear, food to eat. They help make sure you have a roof over your head. Moms work so hard with everything that they do because they love you so much. Mother's Day is all about reminding our moms that we love them too, and serving them and giving them a break. So give your mom a big, big hug and say, Happy almost Mother's Day, and give her this on Mother's Day. Lammies, if you want, you can send me a picture of you giving this to your moms at the Lambs Class email account or on the Lambs Class Facebook page. All right, Lammies, I'll see you next time. Bye!